This is the Pacific Office Automation Postgame Scoreboard Show on the Odyssey app and your home for Ducks football. 1080 The Fan. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
Schulte and Will sitting in with you for this edition of the Pacific Office Automation Postgame Scoreboard Show, breaking down everything about Oregon's 37-34 win over Boise State. The number 7 Ducks. I kind of wonder where they're going to be after tonight's win. They slid from 3 to 7 in the AP poll after their win to Idaho. Kind of felt like a loss with the slide in the polls, and you wonder if Oregon just slipping by with a field goal is going to cause voters to put them down a couple of more steps. One more take from the Vancouver Ford text line. Ducks were favored by 19. Nothing has changed, and things will only get worse. And that's something that I kind of wanted to address, Will, in my question here with Oregon, of course, looking okay in some aspects, but their offensive line, still an issue. 4 of 12 on third down. That's a huge issue. Lots of penalties. So we're just kind of having a lot of miscommunication still. 9 penalties, 74 yards. That didn't end up affecting you, but it's because it was Boise State. If you commit those penalties against Ohio State, good luck. You're gone. Going back to Autzen very quickly, or going back home from Autzen very quickly, excuse me. But then also 2 turnovers, which were both fumbles in the backfield. I don't think Bo Nix fumbled at all in his career at Oregon, and I guess that we were super, super lucky to see, such a skilled quarterback and able to not only, set records for the highest completion percentage in all of college football, but also be one of the best ever at taking care of the ball. So, Will, with all of these issues now that we see Gabriel struggling to hold on to the ball, the offense not converting on critical third downs, giving Boise State, not a Big Ten team, a chance to stay in this game, and I get it. Boise State is supposedly going to be in at the end of the discussion with the college football playoff this year. I get that. But does the start by Oregon this year, especially on the offensive line, because we all know college football's won in the trenches, does this cause you to question, Will, whether or not they're able to compete in the Big Ten?
No, not right now.
Really?
You're not in the Big Ten, no. If you go out against Oregon State and you fix the issues that you have, they're pretty simple. You'll be okay. You also get a nice lead in. You get a week off. Then you get UCLA, and you get your first test against Ohio State. Look, I'm not worried about what they're going to do against Ohio State. I'm not worried about what they're going to do against Big Ten competition. I'm worried about how they're going to fix the issues that they have. If those issues get fixed, they're going to be plenty fine. The problem is, do you have the people in the room to get it fixed? I think you do, and you'll be okay. Right now, when you look at their third down issues, the reason their third down sucked is because they were 3rd and long all the game. They struggled multiple times on first down and second down, gave up sacks, had bad penalties, and now it's 3rd and 7. There's not a lot of plays designed to get a first down on 3rd and 7. Also, the defense gets to pin their ears back. They get to run the craziest blitz they've drawn up. They get to have stunts and twists, all these different things that they don't normally get to do. The reason that Oregon was so good on third down in seasons previous is because you had it in 3rd and manageable. It's 3rd and 2. I can do a lot of things at 3rd and 2. I can run a bunch of different routes. I can hand the ball off. I can run different RPOs. And it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. There's like 5 plays in my playbook that I can call. And when you keep getting put back into that situation, that's where those mistakes happen. The turnovers. Man, I'll tell you what, when you put your helmet right on a ball, it's really hard to hold on to it. Now, that being said, Oregon, keep that ball nice, high and tight with your tight end that made the first fumble. At the same point, that's a pretty good helmet placement there by the Boise State tackler. You put your helmet right on the ball. The Dylan Gabriel one, that's inexcusable. You have a bad situation where Gabriel is clearly saying something. The offensive line snaps the ball. The reason that ball gets snapped is because the center thinks he hears the hut call or the go or whatever the hot word is, and Gabriel didn't give it to him. So is that because Gabriel didn't come up and, hey, easy, line, easy, we're going through changes? Because that's a pretty clear indication of what's happening. Or does Gabriel just start going through changes? The O-lineman's so keyed up, he snaps the ball. Those are things that you got to fix. But if you're Dylan Gabriel, as soon as you get that ball and you're running for that first down, that's fantastic. But you better hold on to that football. When you don't hold on to that football, when you go into the line of scrimmage and you have the ball way out here, that allows that defense to go and rip at that ball. They're opportunistic. That's how they're coached at Boise State because they're a good football team. You got to have two hands on the football in that spot, and you can't make a bad play worse.
And I will say, there are positives. I did see amazing catches by Evan Stewart. The touchdown by him and Trayshawn Holden were both very clean. Dylan Gabriel obviously found the open guy there, but if the offensive line is struggling to protect him, as you see, or as you said, Will, earlier in the Pacific Office Automation postgame scoreboard show, it seems like they found their group near the end of the game going forward. So hopefully they can maybe get with Dylan this week and actually know who's protecting him. And yeah, like you said, maybe he can take them all for a ride in the van or something, and they can figure out what.
Go to the river.
Yeah, go to the river, figure out exactly what is ailing them, and get right.
There?
Why not?
In the van?
Why not?
Down by the river?
In a van down by the river. And then maybe Jordan James will actually run for like 150 yards. It'd be nice to see him get a tutty in this game. But once again, a weird game, a very Jekyll and Hyde game for Oregon. 37-34 win over the Boise State Broncos, first ever in program history, but 2 special teams touchdowns needed to do it.